Hello, everyone. Welcome in. So good to see you again this evening. Well, my friends, just when you think you can't be shocked anymore by Sumner County Sheriff's Office's sheriff, Eric Craddock, and I'm referring to the silence through the international kidnapping and trafficking ransom demand this past week. No response, no action, no comment to the public who is scared now because they heard didn't respond to get involved, and they heard words like what could be going on. They're afraid. No public statement to the locals, no statement whatsoever for the inaction, nothing, not a word. No fighting for Sebastian. But I'll tell you who he was fighting for. Rather than responding, reacting, explaining, getting involved, on July 2nd, he may have called, but he was at and speaking a special called budget meeting. And that meeting was to fight for a raise for himself. The raises have been taken away from the Sumner County Sheriff's Office this year, coming up with the new budget. And those raises only go to the senior staff of Sumner County, of the Sheriff's Office. Indeed, he is the senior staff. I don't know who else is, but he is one of them. So he went on July 2nd and fought for his raise. And it only affects the sheriff's office and the EMA, the senior staff. He went there July 2nd and spoke and fought for a raise instead of ever addressing the constituents who are supposed to pay that raise. Never letting them know what's going on around them, what's going on about the ransom that he didn't address, why he didn't address it, their safety, nothing. Nothing to fight for Sebastian. Nothing to speak for Sebastian, but he sure got himself there at a special called budget meeting to fight the cut of his salary, his side salary. Let's look at it. This is Crime Time Buzz. We are here for entertainment purposes only. I am speculating based on things that are out in the media. I am shooketh. I am shocked. I was there firsthand through that whole ransom thing. I am absolutely shooketh that this is what he was worrying about and not a child's life, not Sebastian Wayne Drake's life, Wayne Drake Rogers' life. No explanation, nothing to his public, nothing to Sebastian's father, nothing at all to anyone, not a word. But yet now we know where he was. He was begging for his own raise. Just so you all know, I'm going to show you the article that it's in. It is in Sumner County's, the title was Sumner County's New Budget Could Remove Step Raises for Sheriff's Office. So they are cutting $200,000 out of the county budget proposed, and they are proposing that is going to come from the Sheriff's Office step raises, and that doesn't go to everyone in the Sheriff's Office, just the senior staff and EMA. So his raise is being taken away, and rather than speak up for Sebastian, find out what was going on, who did this, could they still know where Sebastian is, can we arrest this guy? None of the above. He ignored it and went and fought for a raise because he felt he deserved more money. Your tax-paying money that pays the salary of someone who chose, when there was an international trafficking, kidnapping, ransom demand, he chose to do nothing. What if it was your child? Does he deserve a raise? Credit to WKRN News. This came out July 4th. He was there July 2nd in the midst of it all. And by the way, I had Googled how much does a county sheriff make in Tennessee? On average, and this is according to Indeed, a Sumner County sheriff in Tennessee is about $102,450 a year. I'm not sure if that is exactly Craddock's salary, but according to Indeed, that is the average. And here's the article. I put it in here so we could read it together, but I will also put the link in the description. And on the other slide, you have the article itself in the title. Sumner County, Tennessee, WKRN, a budget dispute in Sumner County. The Sumner County Sheriff's Office is looking to maintain raises for its senior level staff, known as step raises. Currently, Only the sheriff's office and Sumner County EMS benefit from step raises. So they've cut $200,000 out of the budget, and that's directly from senior staff in the sheriff's office. We know Craddock is one of them. Were they sending him a message? I don't know. But the jaw-dropping part of it is, instead of dealing with a ransom of a child and teeing and kidnapping internationally into Mexico and all of that and ransom demands, he ignored it. Still has. Haven't seen a statement. Is public scared? He knows it because I knew it. It was sent to me, sent to him. Nothing addressed. But this is where his priority is. Follow the money. Follow the money. I'm telling you. But this year, the funding for step raises, which exceeds $200,000, has been removed from the county's proposed budget. During a special called budget committee meeting on Wednesday, now who do you think called this? Listen, it only affects the sheriff's office and EMS, and it was a special called budget committee meeting on Wednesday, July 2nd. No time to talk about Sebastian or respond about what's going on, the serious nature of it, but a special called budget committee meeting about the things that cut that only affects the sheriff's office, senior staff. I'm assuming he called it priorities, but he sure spoke at it. So Sumner County Sheriff Eric Craddock said the long-running system has helped their recruitment and retention efforts. Well, let me tell you, I'm not going to comment on the retention efforts, but I think they're due some change, in my opinion. Step raises in law enforcement are paramount. This is Craddock speaking. Step raises in law enforcement are paramount when you talk about retaining your qualified employees. Yes, and if an employee is qualified, they should get a step raise, but they shouldn't just get it for being spaced in an office when ransom tips are coming across and you're ignoring them. Craddock told the committee. It's the standard across the board. If you look at places like Lebanon, Gallatin, Hendersonville, THP, Tennessee Police, okay, Highway Police. All of your law enforcement agencies have step raises. Yes, but not all of their law enforcement agencies won't speak of a missing child, won't talk of him, won't do press conferences, said he didn't care about his constituents, he didn't care about the public, won't answer the parent when there's a ransom demand, has still not addressed it. Didn't care if it was life or death for Sebastian, but he cares if he gets his raise. Craddock encouraged the committee to reconsider the budget to include step raises for his personnel. Well, that personnel is senior staff, and he's one of them. He doesn't deserve it, in my opinion. If you're a local in Sumner County and your child is taken, and this is how he treats you, do you want him there? I don't think so. Craddock encouraged the committee to reconsider the budget to include step raises for his personnel, among other changes for his department. Well, I can think of several changes in that department that should occur. We have people that are prior certified that want to come to work at the sheriff's office. Yeah. Now that I know what I know, think about it. Step raises are one of their concerns. Well, too bad. Then they don't need to be there. Let them go to a community where it's earned, Craddock said. And then I would just implore you guys to add the step raises back. That's huge in the law enforcement community. Well, sorry, if you can't address a missing child, you don't deserve a raise. Meanwhile, the budget committee wants step raises to include other county agencies to be more balanced. If approved, the sheriff's office would have to wait for the implementation to take effect before getting their raises. So they would balance the funds, the $200,000 across all the county agencies and not just put it in the sheriff's office pocket. We give a percentage-based COLA, then we give each department head a small amount that they can structure as a step raise or a bonus. So he can do the same as other agencies are doing. However, they see fit, and then we're done. Sumner County Commissioner and Budget Committee Chair Matthew Schoaf explained. I expect that the 2026 budget will be passed during the next commission meeting. There may be a couple small things that some commissioners want to modify from the floor, but I don't see these as huge obstacles. That's pretty normal. With respect to the step raises, I understand both arguments. The commission is trying to solve a longstanding problem to implement an opt-in step raise system county-wide that's fair for everyone. But someone doesn't like things that are fair to everyone, in my opinion. On the other hand, some departments already have a step system in place and feel they're asked to fund it, shouldn't have to wait for a countywide system to be implemented. I could see this going in either direction on the floor. We need to take action and make sure it stays out of Sumner County's pockets, the sheriff's office pockets. But no matter what happens, our intent is to solve it no later than the end of this year and sooner if at all possible. Sumner County District 22 Commissioner Matthew Schoaf. News 2, get this, this is normal fashion. News 2 contacted Sumner County Sheriff's Office for a comment. They declined to give one on Friday. There you have it, my friends. Now, when you were wondering where he was through all of this, and that was written by Sam Chimenti, here's the article, and I will put the link in the description. So there you have it, my friends. When Eric Craddock, everyone was wondering where he was, what had gone on. And then when we brought forth the ransom and said he was nowhere around, didn't say anything, barely got a response out of Brandon Carter, but one little line. Then it was addressed in a press release asking for federal intervention and FBI leading Summer and Sebastian's case. All evidence turned over, sent to Director Kash Patel, White House, Congressional Oversight Committees. We are all shooketh that it was life and death. And he has never said a word, not even to his constituents, who he told Sebastian's father he doesn't care what they think. But yet he is now going before the commission, the budget meeting, special budget meeting, asking you all who live there to pay more money into his pocket rather than spread it across the county. Do you think Eric Craddock deserves a raise? I think it's astounding. I think he's got a lot of damn nerve after what he's put some of us through who went through that ransom demand. Not a word yet, and I keep checking for a statement to his public, to his constituents, to Sebastian. Nothing. But let me tell you, National Center for Missing and Exploited Children has teamed up. They are now on the billboards, flipboards with Dog. That sends a huge message. His raise is getting cut. It is time to speak up. This badge needs to go on the table, and he needs to walk out that door, in my opinion. Craddock fighting for a raise, special called meeting July 2nd. There's where his priority is, money in his pocket. Follow the money. He didn't care to answer a ransom. Are you going to give him a raise? Are you going to let him continue to be sheriff? Or are you going to recall him, run someone against him? Let us know how we can help. This is not okay. Next, it could be your child. Is this who you want to be dealing with? Craddock fights for a raise at a special called budget meeting in the midst of all this ransom and silence and no explanation, nothing. Tips unfollowed, tips not followed through, no response. International trafficking, but he can get to a special called budget meeting that he more than likely called himself and fight for more money in his pocket. Shocking. Keep keeping on, my friends. We're going to keep keeping on. This is not going to happen as far as we have anything to do with it. Come Monday, phone calls are going to be made. Talk soon. Keep keeping on. We are Sebastian's Army. Prayers up, we bring him home and get the right people looking for Sebastian.